Today, I'm going to be recreating the most famous and iconic desserts from your favorite TV shows. We have treats from beloved shows like Gilmore Girls, The Office, Game of Thrones, and many, many more. I've always wondered if these desserts taste as good as they look on TV, so let's find out. Let's make Jeremiah's dream wedding cake from The Summer I Turned Pretty. In the show, he's very particular. The one thing he wants is a dark chocolate cake that is offset with the tartness of raspberry. He wants a raspberry coulis and a chocolate mirror glaze on top of this wedding cake. All right, so what we're gonna do is put down your first layer, and then we're gonna pipe a thin layer of ganache all the way around the top. And then once you've got a thin layer on, we're gonna pipe a thick border all the way around, like an outline all the way around. And look at that, the edge is like gonna hold all the filling in there. This is a great technique to do if you're doing any kind of filling. And now we're just gonna keep stacking and repeating to make this top tier. Now that we've got the cake tier completely assembled, we're gonna cover it with ganache. And ganache is great, especially for wedding cakes. I think it helps them hold up a little bit more durability. It protects the cake when you put a mirror glaze on top, and it just holds everything together. Over here, I've baked 2 of my dark chocolate cakes, which I'm gonna cut into half. So we have 4 layers, just like the top tier, and I'm gonna be putting it on an 8-inch round. And once you're done, pop them in the fridge to chill, and then we're gonna stack them. The cakes are chilling in the fridge, and now we're gonna make our chocolate mirror glaze. This recipe is from Recipe 10 Eats. I'm really excited, and it's easy. So just add all the gelatin to the water. Then with a spoon, we're just gonna mix together. Then we're just gonna let that sit and bloom. And now we're gonna take these ingredients and I'm gonna mix them up on a pot on the stove. Now I'm gonna do this over no heat. It's gonna be real thick at first, but then it is gonna get easier and easier. But just, this is a great arm workout. I mean, this is arm day. Next, we're gonna add our sugar. Okay, and so we're gonna mix all of this together. Once it's mixed together well, we're gonna turn on the heat to a medium-high heat, bring this to a boil. As soon as it boils, we're gonna remove it from the heat and add our bloom gelatin. The chocolate mirror glaze is ready, the cake is ready, and I have the cake placed on top of a drying mat with a baking sheet underneath. Sometimes I like to do a circular motion, that kind of helps, but just keep the chocolate flowing. Like that, and just go around, and it's gonna push it around the sides. That's what I like to do. And look at this, it's just beautiful. This is why you do the work. Look how shiny it is, look how smooth it is. We're gonna let this set, usually takes about 10-20 minutes, and then we're gonna transfer it to a cake plate. Ta-da, we did it! Here is Jeremiah's dream wedding cake from the TV show, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Look at this raspberry, the layers, the filling. Oh my God, I mean, are you kidding? It just looks decadent. She's nuts. This is perfection. I don't watch the show that much, but all I have to say is this is worth it. This tastes delicious. This flavor combination is everything. I don't know if they actually stay together or whatever, but Michael tastes this. Just tastes that.
We gotta get married, Rosanna. So
I thought you wanted a lemon cake.
We got both.
Okay. This cake did take a long time to make, but if you've got the time, I would highly recommend it. Let's make a recipe from Gilmore Girls. The recipe that we are gonna be making are the Christmas apple tarts, and there is a lot of drama around these apple tarts because this is the year where Lorelai is not invited to Christmas dinner, and Rory goes by herself to the grandma's house, Emily's house, and Emily's got really high standards. In a big mixing bowl, we've got some flour, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of powdered sugar and salt. Once that's mixed in, we're gonna add our fats, frozen shortening, and chilled butter. Now we're gonna slowly add our ice water, but no ice. So I'm holding back the ice, mix together with the spoon, and you're just gonna mix until it comes together. As soon as it comes together, you're gonna stop. Gonna get my hands in there, roll it up a bit, shape it into a disc, and place it onto some food-safe plastic wrap, wrap it up tight, and let it chill in the fridge. Got our apple slices, and now we're gonna pour some fresh lemon juice all over the top. And 2 of my favorite holiday spices, we have a little cinnamon and clove. And you just want all the apples to be coated with those spices. I have this on like a medium heat, and we're gonna put in a stick of butter, bloop, and we're gonna let it melt. Once it's melted, then I'm gonna pour in the sugar all over the top and cook our apple slices. Okay, this is looking good. We're gonna remove from the heat Be really careful it's hot, and then we're gonna pour it back into our largest bowl. Now we're just gonna let these cool. Let it sit, let it cool down. Once the dough is rolled out, we're gonna cut out large circles with this big cookie cutter. Then you're just gonna keep doing this, fill all the cupcake trays, and with the scraps, we're gonna cut out our little leaves. So to do the leaves, you can see right in between, we'll do like a big leaf here, little leaf, and then with one of these, you can use whatever you have, but just gonna make the lines of a leaf. You're gonna press down the middle and then press on the sides. And these are just gonna be cute little decorations for the final tart. These are looking good. And then the baking directions for the leaves, you're gonna heat your oven to 350 degrees. Sprinkle these with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar and let them bake for about 5 to 8 minutes. We're gonna layer them, placing them from the outside in to create a rose. Once you're done assembling these, they're ready to bake. You're gonna pop them in the oven at 425 degrees and bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. And ta-da! Here are the Christmas apple tarts from Gilmore Girls. All right, let's see what all the fuss is about. Let's see what Lorelai missed out on that year. It's like a delicious little apple pie. Oh my gosh. These are delicious. I love apple pie, one of my favorite pie flavors. The texture of the crust is really good. It's flaky. It's buttery, it's flavorful, and then the filling is so good. The texture of the apples, these are definitely worth making, and I'm gonna give a point to Grandmother Emily because I tip my hat. Grandma knows best. Let's make Sansa's lemon cakes from Game of Thrones. Now in the show, this is her favorite food, and I actually made this recipe 9 years ago, so this is my recipe. The first step to making these is we're gonna candy our lemons. I'm using a Meyer lemon, and you're gonna cut thin slices of your lemon. So you just wanna cut really thin slices, don't get your fingers. Once you've got your lemon slices, we're gonna head over to the stove. In a medium-sized saucepan, I've got some sugar. We're gonna add water. Once the sugar and water comes to a simmer, we're gonna add our lemons. Let them cook for about 7 minutes, and then we're gonna remove them. You can use some tongs, place them onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Now we're making lemon cake batter. We're gonna start with our dry ingredients. In a large bowl, we've got some flour, some salt, and some baking powder. Whisk together till well combined, and then we're just gonna let it sit here off to the side. To a medium-sized bowl, you're gonna add your eggs, melted butter, vanilla extract, fresh lemon juice, sugar, and sour cream. And last but not least, zest from a lemon. Oh, it'll make my kitchen smell even better. Fresh lemon, one of my favorite things. Now we're gonna whisk this up, whisk up our wet ingredients, and break up those yolks. Now add all your wet ingredients into the dry and whisk together once again. You're just gonna whisk till it's combined. Our lemon cakes are ready to assemble. In front of me, I've got this cute little cupcake tray, which I have greased, so it's ready. And the first thing that we're gonna do is add our candied lemons. We're gonna place those at the bottom, boop, 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 of each cupcake. And then you're gonna take a scoop of batter and put it on top. Now, if you don't have one of these big ice cream scoops, it's about 1.5 ounces. That's about the measurement. Once your pan's filled up, you're gonna heat your oven to 325, and we're gonna bake these for about 12 to 14 minutes. And ta-da! There you have it, Sansa's lemon cakes from Game of Thrones. Let's see if they're as good as I remember. They smell really fresh. My mouth is watering. I don't remember these being so funny to bite into. The tastes are bright with lemon. If you love lemon, I think that you will absolutely love this. It tastes so fresh. And then the cake texture is a little bit more dense, almost like a sponge cake. If this tickles your fancy, this is a wonderful recipe. I approve. Let's make a dessert from one of my favorite shows, The Office. This is on pretzel day. Michael orders a soft pretzel with the works. He wants a sweet pretzel, and he doesn't know which one he wants, so he basically puts everything on it. Let's start by making some soft pretzels from scratch. The recipe comes from Sally's Baking Addiction. We're gonna start by adding 2 cups of flour, and then we're just gonna add as needed. And you want the dough to be like tacky, starting to pull away from the bowl before we start kneading it on the table. And then you're just gonna knead the dough with your hands for about 3 to 5 minutes. Our dough is looking so good. Look at this. Poke, boop, and he's popping back out. I'm gonna let it rest for 10 minutes, and while that's resting, I'm gonna take my baking soda over here to the stove. We've got some hot water. This is for our pretzels. They get to take a little bath, a pretzel bath. They take a little soak. Our dough is rested, time to wake it up. Ah! We're gonna use about a 1/3 cup. You want them to be about the same size so that they cook evenly. This is the fun part. Now we get to shape our pretzels. So you take a little ball of dough and you're just gonna roll it to be a long log. And it might resist you a little bit, and that's okay. Boom, look at that. That's looking good. Okay, now we're gonna bring these ends up here. Gonna give it a little twist, twisty twist, and then bring it down. Boom, like that. And I'm gonna press these ends in just a little bit. And how adorable is that? Here we go, right? We got our pretzels. Now they're gonna take a little bath, water and baking soda, and they're just gonna be in here for about 20 to 30 seconds. Keep making our pretzels. We're gonna fill this tray up, and then we're gonna pop them in the oven at 400 degrees and bake for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown. It's pretzel day at the office, and I've got my one right here, and we're gonna make this one the one that Michael Scott orders. He goes, do you have any sweet pretzels? And they were like, yeah, sweet glaze, cinnamon sugar, chocolate, white chocolate, fudge, M&Ms, caramel, mint chip, marshmallow, nuts, toffee nuts, coconut, peanut butter drizzle, Oreo, sprinkles, cotton candy bits, powdered sugar. And ta-da! There you have it, pretzel day from the office. The works. Oh my gosh. Okay, here goes nothing. It tastes super sweet, super yummy, maybe too sweet. Honestly, a lot of flavors going on, but the one that is throwing me off, the Andes mints. It is so weird. If you just took these out, everything would go together a lot nicer. If I was doing pretzel day, I'd probably do a glaze and some nuts or a little bit of cinnamon and sugar, you know, just something sweet and simple so I could really enjoy the flavors of the pretzel. But Michael, this is too much. We're gonna be making Rachel's trifle from the TV show Friends. Now, when she makes this trifle, she is known for not being a great cook. 2 pages of her recipe book stuck together. So she ends up making like an English trifle, which is like a dessert. There's ladyfingers and cream and fresh fruit, but then she also ends up adding like shepherd's pie filling, like savory filling, and all the friends are like, ugh. So I thought, let's actually make the recipe and try it for ourselves. To make this recipe, we're gonna start with a basic custard. This is just a vanilla custard that you make on the stove. So we're gonna pour milk to a medium-sized saucepan, and we're gonna pop over to the stove and heat this up to a simmer. Pour it back into here. Now, in a medium-sized bowl, we've got our eggs, a little bit of sugar, and cornstarch. Whisk together till well combined, and then we're gonna slowly add our hot milk. And what this is doing is tempering our eggs so that our eggs don't cook. You don't wanna cook your eggs. And you're gonna pour this mixture, all of it, right inside. You're gonna put it on a medium heat and whisk constantly. Keep whisking. This is gonna take about 5 minutes, and then once it comes to a boil, then you're gonna let it cook for about 1 more minute. So this should take about 6 minutes total, but you want it to cook until it's thick. It's really gonna thicken up. Now we're gonna add a little bit of butter, vanilla extract, and whisk together. And then cover the top with a piece of food-safe plastic wrap. And I'm gonna place it all the way down, the surface touching the top of the custard so it won't develop a skin. Are you ready for this hot mess express? We've got our delicious homemade custard. This is my favorite part of this dish. Here we've got ladyfingers broken in half, but first you dip them into a little bit of cream sherry, and then we're gonna place them in there. Now she takes jam and she places this around the ladyfingers. Scoop in a custard layer here. Then some raspberries. This is the raspberry layer. 1 more layer of ladyfingers dipped. Now for the secret ingredient. Sauteed beef, onions, and peas. We need 1 more layer of custard, then banana and whipped cream. Yes. Ta-da! And there you have it. We made Rachel's trifle that she made from the show Friends for Thanksgiving. This is her dessert. We have whipped cream and banana and custard and beef and ladyfingers and raspberry and ladyfingers and another custard. Oh, wow. All right, let's just do a big old bite. Okay, here it goes, you guys. We're gonna give it a shot. Rachel's cooking. Oh gosh. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's great. Oh God. No. Joey does not know what he's talking about. That is awful. That is so awful. It's just like, it's such a beautiful sweet dish, and then you just get hit with onions and beef and peas, and it's terrible. Oh, these are not flavor friends. I do not recommend this. This does not taste good. Now we know. Let's make a treat from the TV show Victorious. It's called Bibble, and it's highly addictive, everyone. This is a really yummy caramel corn recipe from All Recipes. So first we're gonna start off with a bunch of popcorn here, and we're just gonna pour it into this tray, this pan right here that I've got greased, and we're gonna pop this in the oven. The oven I have heated at 250, and we're just gonna do this to warm up our popcorn. Gonna let that heat up, and while it's heating, I'm gonna make our caramel basically on the stove. So we're gonna combine in a medium-sized saucepan some brown sugar, corn syrup, butter, and a little bit of salt. We're gonna take this pot over to the stove and bring it to a boil while stirring constantly. This takes about 5 minutes to come to a boil, so just keep stirring. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna stop stirring and continue to let it cook for 5 minutes. Just don't touch it, let it cook. Then turn off the heat and remove from the heat. We took this off the stove, and this just came out of the oven. It's super hot, so now we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract and baking soda. We're gonna mix this up. Ooh, and it's gonna poof up kind of like a honeycomb. Look at it go. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that, beautiful. And then we're gonna pour it right away over the top of our warm popcorn. And you just wanna make sure to mix it up really well. Don't worry if it's not super even, because we're gonna keep cooking it in the oven. So you're just gonna put it in the oven for 45 minutes, and then we're gonna stir every 10 minutes. Okay, we've got our caramel corn out of the oven. You wanna let it completely cool before you do this. Now the Bibble is not only caramel corn, we have blue and pink candy melts that I've melted right here, and we're gonna take about a cup of the popcorn, put it in the pink, and a cup put in the blue. This whole baking sheet is oiled, greased, so they won't stick. So I'm just gonna plop them over here. These are looking good. Now we're gonna wait for these to set. Takes about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna mix them all together. Have some Bibble, baby. Ta-da! Here is Bibble from Victorious. We have made it, we've recreated it. It looks just like it does from the show. And now we're gonna see what all the fuss is about. Yes. Yeah, yes. You have to pry it out of my dead hands. Okay, for real though, homemade caramel corn is delicious. Highly recommend. It's so fun. It's so good.
It's perfect.
Does this remind you of the fair? When you
Rosanna?
Mike. This is one of the best popcorns I've ever had. Definitely worth making. Let's make a waffle sundae from Parks and Rec. I love this TV show, and the character Leslie Knope loves waffles, but one that she was absolutely beaming about was a waffle sundae. So today, we're gonna make it, and we're gonna give it a try, and we're gonna see if it's everything that it's cracked up to be. Fun fact, I got to play an elf on an episode of Parks and Rec. It was for their holiday special. First up, we're gonna whisk together all of our dry ingredients. So in a large mixing bowl, we're gonna mix together our flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Just whisk together till well combined. Next, mix together your wet ingredients in a large mixing bowl. We've got milk, melted butter, vanilla extract, and eggs. Break up those yolks. Let me find those yolks. Now pour all of your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. And whisk together until everything's well incorporated. You don't want to see any more dry ingredients. I wish all you had to do was make some homemade delicious waffles, and then Amy Poehler would just show up at your house and be like, hey, can I have a waffle? I'd be like, of course. That would be amazing. Or put a big scoop, heaping scoop in each one of these. This waffle iron makes like 4 waffles. All right, let's close it up. We let it cook. And as soon as it's done, I'm gonna use these tongs. Oh, all right. We're gonna take this waffle and we're gonna turn it into a waffle sundae. First, we're gonna need a scoop of ice cream, then some whipped cream, boom, then a drizzle of chocolate, and top it off with a small cherry. We have done it. We have made the waffle sundae from Parks and Rec. I think Leslie Knope would be proud. We even made waffles from scratch. I think she'd be a big fan. And when she's eating this, she's so happy she eats the cherry first. So I've got to do it. Oh, there we go. Now let's try this thing. Let's see what it tastes like all together. Oh yeah, here we go. Got a little bit of ice cream. Oh my God. This is delicious. I mean, this is stupid good. It's so good. Everything else on top, it's just the cherry on the top. You know what I mean? So if this is what you're looking for, it's perfect. I would recommend. Let's make the iconic slushies from the TV show Glee, which was also a show that I got to be on. I worked on the show for 2 seasons as a Cheerio cheerleader. You can spot me. You can spot me because I'm the little one. So on the show Glee, every character gets slushied at least once. It's like a thing of the show. But we are gonna be making 2 bright colors that they used on the show a lot. So we are gonna be doing fruit punch. We've got red and blue. These machines are super easy to use. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Oh gosh, thank goodness I've been lifting some weights. And then Mike, can you tell me when I got it to the fill line? The fill line's in the front. So usually if you're at home, you know, you're facing the machine, but I'm facing away from it right now.
That's good.
Hold on, I can't see the buttons. Mike, it's on this side. Here, can you hit the button for me? Now we're just gonna wait about 15 minutes and see what we got. It's been about 10 minutes, so you can start to see it's getting like frozen and slushy in here. So we're probably gonna have to wait another 5 to 10, but it's looking pretty good. It's been about 20 minutes, so we're gonna try it out. These look like slushies. Like this looks like the consistency. So you're gonna put your cup here. There's a hole right here. So right underneath, and then just, and then just pull the lever. Here we go. It's happening. I mean, stuff's coming out. Give it a shake. Yeah, the ones on the show are huge. They have these massive ones, and now I'm like, wow, the 7-Eleven machines must be humongous. Oh my gosh, that's almost all of it, and it's not even full yet. Look at that. That's a ton of slushy. Let's get the blue one going too. Okay, well, we're gonna try the red one while that one's doing whatever it's doing. But look at that, full slushy. It's nice and icy. Whoa, this is cool. Okay, whoa. I haven't had fruit punch in a really long time. It's really artificial. I mean, it tastes nostalgic, like childhood. And I will say the texture is really similar to like a slushie you would get at 7-Eleven. But I think the ice chunks are just a little bit bigger. And it'll give you a brain freeze, just like the ones at 7-Eleven. Ha, 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 ha. All right, so now let's try the blue one. It's got a nice slush to it. Whoa. This is taking me back. These flavors are really strong, really bright, just like the show. So I would say that this recipe is great. If it's in your budget, I think these machines are really fun and they're great for parties. We made so many desserts from so many iconic TV shows. I think my favorite were the apple tarts from Gilmore Girls and Bibble from Victorious. Let me know in the comments down below what other foods from TV shows that I should make. Ooh, or we could do movies. And if you want to watch any other videos, you can click up here or here. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Bye, you guys.